we're here to help.
My hair smells like burnt mushrooms.
I'll lick your teeth if you want.
How does one turn on a wand?
Welcome. I'm Kat.
I'm Hunter.
And we are your Fairy Gaymothers. Sorta.
One could say we're in training.
One could say we're in school.
One could say we belong in prison.
And they would all be right.
To each his own.
Whatever we're aiming for, we're not there yet. And we're here to take you along for the ride. So you might be asking yourself,
What is a Fairy Gaymother?
and that's an excellent question. It's something that we made up entirely.
From scratch.
Yeah, no precedence here.
Oxford Dictionary who?
It's really about someone or something that's trying to better the world, whether that be by bettering themselves and impacting the world by proxy, or directly trying to have an impact on the world that exists outside of them. A Fairy Gaymother is what you make it, and by you, I mean us.
And let's make it rock. You decide, because life's
What you make it. Now, I think that there are some important examples of not only what is a Fairy Gaymother, but what is not a Fairy Gaymother. Like one of the easiest figures that I think may come to people's mind is like, oh, RuPaul. Incorrect.
Incorrect.
RuPaul,
Is homophobic.
yes. And if anything, is an evil Fairy Gaymother.
Evil Fairy Gaymother.
You know who else is not a Fairy Gaymother? And this is going to be controversial. Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Not a Fairy
certainly
Gaymother.
not.
I know what she did on Lover. By Pride. What's the song with all the gay people in it?
Excuse me, you need to calm down.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Taylor really wants to be a Fairy Gaymother, but she's not willing to put in the effort.
No.
She just wants to sprinkle fairy dust around and think oh, because I sprinkled fairy dust on the gays, now I'm a Fairy Gaymother.
Incorrect. I actually have a great example so you can see the duality of what a Fairy Gaymother should be and what Taylor Swift did instead. So if you think about it, if you think back to the You Need to Calm Down music video, think of the gays that are in that video, okay? We have, was Ellen in that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but you know what the cast of Queer Eye was, and that's close enough, okay? But then picture this. You're listening to Olivia Dean's new album.
Yes.
And I don't know the name of the song. It's so easy to fall in love with me.
Yeah, that one.
That one. And I saw two hot lesbians. And they I don't know if they kiss. They did in my mind. And they get in the car. And I was like, that's Fairy Gaymothering.
Yes.
Because she was like, love is all around us. And then she showed us hot lesbians. Whereas Taylor Swift is like, have you ever seen Queer Eye, the straightest gay show that you could watch?
Yes.
No? Okay. What about Ellen?
Yeah.
Again, I'm thinking of Hannah Hart. Who just happens to look like Ellen.
And they're so easily...
The overlap is crazy.
That's such an easy mistake to make.
Thank you so much.
Maybe the easiest Fairy Gaymother to point to is Glinda.
Absolutely.
From Wicked.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much the Wizard of Oz, but... And not that you have to be gay to be
No.
a Fairy Gaymother.
No, Casey Musgraves does just fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Another phenomenal Fairy Gaymother.
Yeah.
But you have to be at least an ally.
Minimum.
An ally of intense passion.
Like, you know what? Like Jane Fonda.
Like Jane Fonda.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible Fairy Gaymother.
Incredible anything, really.
Yeah.
She's my god. When I say God is good, I mean her.
I mean her.
I mean Jane
That's
Fonda.
who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Jane Fonda looks just as beautiful as she did 40 years ago.
Yeah.
She got arrested recently, and nothing is hotter than a Fairy Gaymother getting arrested.
Yeah.
Is hot in the sense that, stood up for something correctly.
Exactly.
Ugly in the sense that there are cops involved at all.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know what? No Fairy Gaymothers can be cops.
Yeah. Could they play a cop? Depending on the level of propaganda in...
Yes! Propaganda is first of all incredible.
By the way, did you see vacay rolling on SNL?
No, I haven't watched that. Oh my god, was that the most recent episode?
Yeah, you
I
gotta
haven't seen it.
watch it.
I saw that
It's so
Dobby was
good.
on
Yes.
Weekend Update.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. You gotta watch it. It's so good.
I can't wait.
It's so good.
I can't believe that Emma Watson got up. And first of all, Emma Watson was like, what, 11 when they cast her?
Yes.
As Hermione, and she was on a podcast that she booked of her own volition.
Yeah.
No management.
No.
And was like, yeah, it's really hard to separate like someone that I loved growing up, someone that was like family to me, and then, you know, her views. But I obviously don't support her views. And J.K. Rowling was like, that kill her. Why is she not? I should have killed Hermione in Harry Potter. I made a mistake.
Yeah, no, ridiculous. Dobby.
Fairy
Fairy
Gaymother.
Gaymother. Yeah. Harry's broom, Fairy Gaymother.
Snape might actually be a Fairy Gaymother.
Yeah. And you know what makes him a Fairy Gaymother? Yearning.
Yearning and his lob.
Yes, his power, lesbian Bob.
His lob.
The way that he actually like protected Harry and his
Yes, and
friends,
his yearning
like
for
in
Lily.
secret. Yes, his yearning
Whereas
for
Dumbledore was actually just a terrorist.
Lily. We can't get into that. We could talk about Dumbledore forever. Snape, we can sum up.
His last words were, "You have your mother's eyes," and if that's not lesbian yearning, I don't know what are.
No.
What?
Anyways, getting into being sort of Fairy Gaymothers, there's one segment that we would like to start our shows with, and that is the Crash Bit Bang.
Yeah. On our journey to becoming something that will probably never be, there are a few bumps in the road. And so we're going to start off each episode with a quick recap of our crash bits and our bangs of recent
days.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you like to start us off with your crash?
Yeah, so my crash out this week was actually watching someone else crash out. If you know me at all, you know I love women's sports. And it was the WNBA finals this past week. First ever time it was a best of 7 series. And it was the Las Vegas Aces and the Phoenix Mercury.
Hell yeah.
And the Las Vegas Aces said, "Oh my God, thank you so much for giving us 7 games. We don't need that many." And they swept them in 4.
they were empaths too, and they were like, "Why make you play 7?
Yes.
When
Yeah.
we could just wrap this up in 4."
Yeah. They were like, let's get this over with.
Let's give you a longer vacation than you anticipated.
Yeah,
Who doesn't love?
We've got CBA negotiations to get on with.
Yeah.
If you want a league next year. So let's hurry this along.
And I love efficiency.
Mm-hmm. So my crash out was specifically watching Mercury head coach Nate Tibbetts. Yes. Game 4.
The last.
What would it go on
What
to
would
be
eventually be the last?
Yes, the last game of the series. And a call is made against Phoenix in the offensive zone. It's an offensive foul. So Nate Tibbetts comes on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Gina Cross
Yep.
is at center court.
Yes.
Nate Tibbetts marches on up to her
Mm-hmm.
and goes, "That was a terrible call." Now, I'm not yelling for our podcast listeners. He's screaming in her face. She immediately puts her hands up, puts up a T, which means it's a technical foul. Gina's got her hands up in a T. And he's probably 2 inches from her face when she puts up the T.
There's never a good enough excuse for a man to be 2 inches from a woman's face.
She puts down the T.
Oh.
He punts her out. He punts her out while still yelling. So she ejects him immediately.
Good for her.
And good for her.
Don't punt at me. My gosh, who do you think you are?
Now, I don't know if Gina Cross is a lesbian, but she certainly has short, slicked back hair. And if you look up a picture of her, she means business.
And she doesn't even have to be, she could be literally married to that man. Don't punt at me.
Yeah.
Or you're going to fail my wrath.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I get, a lot of people were saying online that was a soft call because it was like, your season is on the line. It's the championship game.
You're a soft call.
He should be allowed to be upset and have the one text suffice. But I will argue, sure, one text should suffice, and then either the rest of your staff and your players need to get up and pull you back, because that's what they do for a lot of other coaches who
cross that line.
But no one came and got him, and he didn't calm himself down, and he punted her out, and he got ejected.
I'm sorry, but also punting is such a man-child thing to do.
Yes.
Like, and I mean that for even if a woman does it. Like punting, you are feeling so many emotions and you can't verbalize a single one, so you raise your shoulders, push your chest out, and stomp.
Yeah.
Someone get him an emotion chart. The emotion wheel?
Truly. Point to which one, Nate. Just point.
I'm sorry. Also, how are you going to come at me with a last name like Tibbet? Like, you're done. Yeah. It's over for you. It's over for your family.
Yeah. He also just had a really rough go. Like, he couldn't get his players to adapt to be consistently better than Las Vegas. So it really just did seem like a tantrum move where he's like...
It also kind of seems like maybe he's not that good at his job. If you can't... Those who can't do, teach. Those who can't play, coach. And those who can't coach get ejected. Goodbye, Mr. Tibbet.
So what was your crash out this week?
I have a minor crash out. Recently, I've been really into scenic stickers. What an adult hobby.
Phenomenal.
For those of you who don't know, it's just layered stickering on a plain cardboard background, basically. They give you a background of a room or whatever, an environment, and then they give you layers of stickers. And there's these tiny little tweezers that everyone is using. Everyone, as if there's not like 2 accounts that do this total. And basically, like, they just like peel the stickers with the tweezers, and then they place them down and they edit it so that it's very choppy. So it's like, and it's very, I hope you enjoyed that. That was very ASMR. And it's very enjoyable. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. But there is a fatal flaw in this hobby of mine, and that is...
What could it be?
How good do you think exact stickers placement is for someone who has a tremor in her right hand? The air bubbles were insane. And these crafts are pretty dependent on having no air bubbles.
I didn't even think about the air bubble.
You can just try and flatten it, and then you get this nice crease down the middle where the air bubble was.
Yeah.
So my first creased sticker board is also my last scenic sticker board. And I'm so glad I have 10. No, of course not. I'm going to pick them all up.
I was going to say, are you still having fun?
Well, I actually did have a thought. I was like, should I just ask Katrina to come and do this, and I'll just watch her? And that would be very enjoyable to me. It's like building Lego. Like, I don't want to be part of that.
Oh.
But I love the end product.
See, I love building Lego. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not reading the instructions. I don't want to. I don't want to build.
No, see, and that's why I'm a process person and you're an end result person. Yes. And that's why we work.
Precisely. I'm an instant gratification. And so I love when I give you a project and I turn around and then I turn back and it's done. And for me, that was instant.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay,
to
let's hear your bit of
bits
of recent days.
So our bits are something that we either like can't stop saying,
something that's making us laugh,
something that's making us laugh. We can't stop quoting.
Yeah.
So my bit this week was from a video that I got of my niece. This one was Ellie.
Okay.
So she'll be 2 in November.
Mm-hmm. Terrible twos. Can't wait.
And she was helping my sister make muffins.
Mm-hmm.
And helping to pour in the ingredients. So my sister would like scoop up the flour, and then Ellie would be like, me too, and then tip it in, and it goes in the bowl, and she goes, shoop.
That's so cute.
And it's like when like that Adam Driver that was like, oh, good soup.
Good soup.
Yeah. It's going to end up being a combination of those two and being good soup.
And I think we should petition to change all soups to be named shoops.
Shoops. Yeah, in Ellie's honor.
In Ellie's honor. Campbell's.
Ellie's law. Now states.
And anyone who does not call it shoop will be shot on sight.
Okay, what's your bit bean?
This one is kind of basic. For context, obviously, I've been struggling with my brain. I don't know if you can tell by my complete lack of coherency. And I saw this Instagram reel. So honestly, this was probably popular like 3 months ago. And I'm just seeing it now because I don't have TikTok. That it was like, this guy, I guess, was struggling with similar things. And he said, the lion does not concern himself with memory loss and blurry vision. And now anytime someone threatens me and is like, you need to go to the doctor, or if like they witness a severe symptom, I go, the lion does not concern himself with a degenerative brain disease.
I laugh, 1, because yes, that's hilarious.
Thank you.
2, yes, that is also about a month old. But it's phenomenal. I've seen it on Twitter a little bit. And people will use both like the lion or the lioness.
Oh. See, whereas I just saw the lion version and I thought that was so funny.
I think it's funny either way. I don't think we need to gender fierceness.
That's what I was saying. Like, I am the lion.
Yes.
You know? And for most of my life, I've been Timon. I've been Pumbaa. Thank you, Instagram Reels, for providing that to me.
I've been Timon. I've been Pumbaa.
And you know what they do? They do concern themselves. but the lion does not.
No, the lion doesn't.
Also, it's just incredible when I'm at work. I've said that to a 58-year-old English proofer. She's reading my email saying, excuse me, and I'm like, I just respond, the lion does not concern himself.
Yeah. Figure it out. Signed, the lion.
And thank God we don't have HR. Alrighty, now your bang.
Yes, my
What's
bang.
been grinding your gears?
The gas in my engine. So there was another. We were doing this another time, and who knows if that will be released? But I say, concerning things that we're obsessed with right now. Hunter says, "What has been the fuel in your tank?" And I say, "Yes, what has been the gas in your engine?" I have learned now that the gas does not go in the engine. But the lion does not concern himself with where the gas goes. So my bang, obsession.
Her gas in her engine.
As of late, I just went to the Stratford Festival with my mother, as is a yearly tradition for us.
Of course.
And we saw Annie, which I had never watched in its entirety.
What? The sun'll come out.
Of course I know the songs, yes.
Right.
But it turns out I only knew like 3 songs. And it was a great show. We don't need to get into all the politics of Annie because there are quite a few. While I was watching all the male dancers, because I'm always in awe of women and I think women are beautiful no matter what they do.
Totally.
It's much harder to impress me as a man.
Yeah.
But if you're a man in a musical, I'm pretty much immediately impressed. And it's because they have multiple talents.
I hate straight men in musical theater, though.
Well, I didn't say they were straight.
Touche.
But I think it's the only time, pretty much, that I'll give them any credit.
Okay, yeah.
Or respect.
And that's the only time they've earned it.
Like, immediately without talking to them and knowing who they are as people. It's like, if I see them on a stage, I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Whereas I do that with all women in life all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, until proven otherwise.
That's a great way.
With men, I'm the opposite, unless you're on a stage.
You know how it's like innocent until proven guilty? For men, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Exactly. Guilty until proven triple threat.
Guilty until proven EGOT. Does a man have an EGOT?
We don't need to talk about that.
You're right, because I actually don't care.
Yeah.
You know how many women have EGOTs?
Not enough.
Not enough. Never enough. Never enough. Never enough.
Never enough.
Different musical, but
Cynthia Erivo just needs an Oscar. Yeah.
which Wicked for Good, which is another one of Katrina's bangs.
But I won't talk about that this week. Anyway, what's your bang bin?
I don't have any like great description of a bang, so I made a list of rapid bangs.
Incredible. I love a rapid bang.
A quick smash list, you know? Olivia Dean, The Art of Loving. Next, Hayley Williams, specifically her performance of True Believer on Jimmy Fallon? Question mark? Kimmel? One of them. One of the Jimmys. Anyways, Hit Me With Your Car. Next, House of Guinness. Incredible TV show.
I love the Irish. They're probably like one of my favorite minority groups.
I saw this video. I really like how they fought really hard for 75% of their country.
And aren't we all? Aren't we all fighting really hard for 75% of our country?
That's what I'm saying. And at least they were brave enough to say it.
They are an inspiration.
And the other 25% came up with Dairy Girls. So there's really no one is. We're in Glee Club. We're all minorities. Okay. And then the last bang I'm having right now is just the color cherry red. I'm just loving a cherry red.
Have you haven't seen The Girlfriend yet, have you?
No, but cherry, I've seen. I know what Olivia Cook looks like.
Speaking of Olivia's and cherries.
Precisely.
Yeah, Olivia Cook plays the character Cherry. First of all, I totally agree. Cherry Red is having a huge moment, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm along for the ride. And I think for me, Olivia Cook had a lot to do with that in her role as Cherry.
She's actually the only inspiration behind my obsession with Cherry Red.
Yes.
And I haven't even seen the show.
Yeah. The whole shtick is that it goes back and forth between the mom's perspective and the girl's the
Cherry's
perspective. And you're supposed to like see both sides. I only saw Cherry's side. I was always on Cherry's side.
I think I'm going to dye my hair cherry red.
Yeah, do it.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
Do you think I can pull it off?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that red is having a comeback as a color in general.
That makes sense. Now, here's a question.
Yes.
Is that a recession indicator? What year did Red by Taylor Swift come out?
Oh my goodness. 2000. When did they break up? 2011 is when they broke up.
Okay, so that's post-recession, I think.
Okay. Because I remember.
Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal was supposed to play Jake Sully in Avatar, directed by James Cameron.
Oh.
But he turned that role down so that he could play the prince in Prince of Persia, which was based off a video game. And that movie was very ill-received. They hated it. Avatar is one of the top-grossing films of all time.
Yeah.
And so Jake Gyllenhaal chose to do Prince of Persia instead, and that was exactly around the time when he also chose to break up with Taylor Swift. I did the math.
Wow.
Anyways, how can you fumble that bag twice?
Oh my God. I wonder how Jake Gyllenhaal sleeps at night, knowing everything he's lost.
Knowing everything he's lost. He could have had... I don't even care about the role of Jake Sully. He could have been working with Zoe Saldana, Emilia Perez. I'm kidding.
I have an aversion to Avatar, but it's purely sensory. Something about that movie is deeply disturbing to me on a molecular level I will never be able to comprehend.
I actually think it's a really good test for neurodivergent people, because if you're ADHD, you probably love it. If you're autistic, you probably hate it. If you're ADHD, I think the autism wins out. But I think if you're just ADHD, it's so stimulating in a good way.
I actually think that makes perfect sense.
Right?
And yeah, that's a new litmus test.
That's a new litmus test. Yeah.
We got to start asking people that.
Forget the blot test. Watch Avatar.
Forget the Rorschach test.
Forget the Kinsey scale. Moving on from Jake Gyllenhaal, really quick.
Yes.
That actually was more of a crash out than a bang. I don't even think I know how we got there, but we would love to hear your crash bit bangs.
Yes, please send them in.
We have an email. We really do.
We have an email. I'll put it in the description. Like, DM us on Instagram.
Yeah.
If not, I don't know.
Like, I'll
send a pigeon.
Just walk in my vicinity and I'll airdrop it.
Yeah. Reach us one way or another. So, as Fairy Gaymothers,
sort of,
as it is something that we have entirely made up. Every episode we do, we're also going to go through a lesson.
An assignment, if you will.
Yeah. The part of the curriculum of being a Fairy Gaymother.
Precisely.
Sort of. And this week's, what's our lesson?
It's know thy age. It's about knowing what you're supposed to do in your mid-20s.
And the world through the perspective of someone who's crashing out in their mid-20s.
It's an absolutely wild time to be told by doctors that your prefrontal cortex has officially developed and you are supposed to be at your most rational decision-making ability. Yet, I have never felt dumber than I have at the age of 25.
No, I have never felt more lost.
More lost, more alone, naked and afraid.
Yeah.
What do I want to be? What do I want to do? Who do I want to hang out with? I do know that, sort of.
I feel like that's usually a good first step, is knowing who you want to surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And where you feel like you're probably most truly yourself. I don't know. That's one thing that I'm working on currently is like, okay, who are my true friends?
Yeah.
Who do I feel, even if I don't know what myself looks like precisely right now, like who do I feel good around?
I think it was a lot easier when we were younger to fall in with groups where you may not agree with everything that they do, but you get stuck because you feel like you don't belong anywhere. And I feel like now being 25 and feeling like I don't belong anywhere, there's a different kind of urge that I have an urge to like build my group. Whereas before it was, I actually could not care less that these people make me feel awful about myself. At least I'm invited to the party.
Yes. And in high school, even in university, like if you're realizing you don't fit in with the group that you're currently with, you are constantly surrounded by people who you're seeing pretty regularly because either you're all living in the same environment, whether that be literally in high school classes together, you're spending the entire day in the same building.
Yeah.
Or you're in university, you're living in the same community, you've got shared classes, you've got shared clubs that you're in, kind of thing. Now being graduated, and either whether you're still living at home with your parents or you've moved out and you're living with roommates or whoever it may be, there's just a lot more work that you have to put into building community again. Like, you have to make time to see people either one-on-one. You have to figure out, like, activities or time where everyone's not working, or like mutual, like shared things that you want to do together.
You have to build it. And when you're in high school or university, it's already built in for you. And you find that most of those friends are friends of convenience or circumstance. Whereas now you genuinely have to be intentional about the time you're spending with people. And you got to be part of the village. And it's a drive to be because you want to be there for them.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was a drive because I didn't want to be left out.
It's like community based rather than self-serving.
Precisely.
Yeah. But that's tricky to do.
Very tricky.
In your 20s, particularly like having moved home from school.
No, it's a crazy transition because not only are you no longer who you were at school, you also, your friend groups look different. Your relationship with your parents looks different because you're now an adult. And so even if you are living under their roof, you have to kind of negotiate those boundaries again. And it's a lot to kind of figure out at once, which I think is why it's easy for people to slip on one or the other. Like a lot of people, I think, in their early to mid-20s get stuck in relationships.
Yeah.
I just love single people. Think of the baddest you know. Think of the most fun people you've ever hung out with. And tell me why they don't have a lame boyfriend who looks like gum and is named Daryl. I feel like it's a safe bet, and you don't often discover much about yourself or what you want in the world or what your world could even look like if you keep going back to that comfort.
I think, that's a great point about, I almost want to say like divergences, but I mean in terms of if you look at even short term, the life that you want in front of you, it feels like in your mid-20s, there are 40 different paths that could bring you to what you want your future to look like. And it's really easy, I think, especially in a relationship, to say like, well, I think I can still get there, but see that it's not necessarily congruent with what your partner wants.
Yeah.
And think, well, I'll just take this path that allows them to do what they want, and I can still do what I want, even though maybe it's a path of higher resistance, or it will take me longer. And I think that those are appropriate sacrifices to make. Like, I'm not saying you should take the path of least resistance every time because it will get you to what you want faster, even if that's not what your partner wants, if that's not compatible with the relationship that you're in. But I think sometimes along those paths, you end up trailing in different directions than you initially expected. And that's where even further incongruencies happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just with your long-term boyfriends and girlfriends who are the most happy in your relationship and are growing together, I'm not talking to you, okay? Yeah. And if you do break up, you were wrong.
I am happy to say I told you so.
I just think that there's so much. I feel like I'm a completely different person than I was before my 20s.
Yeah.
And have learned so much about myself through trying things and failing. I think my biggest issue is not that I'm afraid to try things and fail. It's that I don't know what future I want. So it's not that there's like 40 paths leading to the same end goal. It's like, I don't know what end goal I want. So actually there's no paths, no trails anywhere because you...
No, I actually feel the same way. I know that was my metaphor, but I was like, wow, wouldn't it be so nice to know like even what you want at the end of the path that you're picking?
We have a friend who is so passionate about her work. She loves it. She's a teacher now. She loves it. She always knew she wanted to be a teacher. She knows exactly what she wants her future to look like. And I literally crash out all the time to her. I'm like, do you know how, like, I know Oscar Wilde was like, pity the people who know what they want to be because they are blah, blah, blah. Is that even Oscar Wilde?
I love that Oscar Wilde quote.
Yeah. No, and I love it too.
Yeah.
But I also think that there is something amazing about knowing what you want and being able to actively take steps towards it. Like, I think that working towards something can be a really good goal, and it feels really good to accomplish those things for yourself.
With the state of the world right now, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I find myself getting really caught in like, wow, how do I plan for a future that, like, not only do I not know what I want, but the future in general feels so uncertain. Mm-hmm. How the heck? I saw there's this creator I follow on TikTok who talks about Canadian politics. And he just happened to throw in there that France also officially notified all their hospitals that they need to be ready for war by March of 2026. I turned 26 years old in March of 2026.
And bon anniversaire to you.
Joyeux fête à moi. Parce que quoi?
Bon chance.
Like,
no, what do you do with that?
It just feels like there's so much political instability, there's economic instability, and
emotional instability, though that is personal.
Yes. How do you put all of that in the back of your mind and persist?
Yeah.
What?
The thing that I struggle with the most is that everything, and this is like this, 25-year-old discovers capitalism. Like, it's not, but everything is so dependent on money. And that's what ruins things for me, because there's plenty of things that I would like to do. They just may not be financially the most lucrative opportunities. And I think it's so wild that those things are happening in the earth. It's animal abuse needs to stop. But also, by the way, like, this country has just been bombed and these people are starving and this president is doing this, and it's constant. And why do I care about a minimum wage job when that's happening?
Yeah.
Like, why am I building for a future where I can maybe rent an apartment in a city to work a job that I don't love?
Yeah. And I'm supposed to figure out a mortgage. Like, wow.
But also, why do I care?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about any of that. But in order to keep existing in the space that we are in right now, you kind of have to think about that and prioritize that when you're planning your future. But then I don't want to be on the wrong side of history or ignoring things. That sounds stupid because that's self-serving. It's not about what people think of me in the future. It's that I don't want these things to be happening.
Yeah.
And I want to take some sort of action. But how do I do that with no money to support myself there?
Yeah. So my mom is in a book club, and every once in a while I'll read the book and I'll go to the book club. And a few months ago, they read The Lion Women of Tehran, which is it's set in Iran I'm going to get the years wrong, so I'm not even going to try.
That's fair.
But essentially, there are women who are working kind of underground to help some like resistance movements. That's a very high level summary.
Right. Well, go to her book club if you want to know more.
Yeah. So one of the questions that ended up coming up when we were doing the actual book club night was, if you were in a similar situation, what would you be willing to lose? All of these women pretty much raised me. They all have children of their own. They all have families. Like, they have built tremendous lives for themselves.
Right.
And their answers were like, I absolutely want to do whatever I can to make sure that, like, whether it's democracy, whether it's women's rights, whatever the issue may be, I want to do what I can, but I'm terrified of anything happening to my family.
Right.
And I love my family more than probably anything in the world. But I come at it from a perspective where, like, I haven't really built anything yet. I don't want anything to happen to my family either. But if something were to happen and I was faced with the decision of, like, well, stand up for this cause, like, or
hide.
Yeah. I would absolutely not hesitate. If it was a cause I believed in, if I knew I had a chance to make a difference, I, like, unquestionably would throw away everything I've built up until this point.
Now you're in that liminal space where no one relies on you, but you're also not relying on others. So shouldn't we be going to these?
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are, though. Events, places.
Yeah.
And, like, because we have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So we should be using our privilege. But then how do I get there? Who is going to, like, I feel like a dumb kid again. I'm like, where am I going to sleep? What am I going to eat?
Yeah, no, I think this goes back to the point about the internet, and I think in particular, globalization of the internet is probably one of the toughest things for us to attempt to cope with as human beings in general. Like, I think it's extremely important to be up to date on the news, like to know what's happening in your area, to have an idea of what's going on politically, globally, but to have that immediately in your face when it comes to 100,000 different issues all at the same time.
It's overwhelming.
It's so overwhelming, and you don't know where to look, who to trust.
Yes.
What to fight for, like.
And I feel like I'm less productive because there's all of that information unorganized in front of me immediately. Mm-hmm. It's very hard to figure out what to do, and it's very hard to find people that you should trust with what to do, because then you get white people speaking on issues that they should not be speaking on, giving unhelpful advice.
Yeah. Other than providing like allyship.
Yes. And amplifying other voices or using your privilege.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
No.
And I saw, this is again an Instagram post, so I'm kind of going against what I just said here, but I did see a post where someone was like, I don't actually even want allyship anymore. I want advocacy. And there is a difference.
Absolutely.
And so I feel lost sometimes as a mid-20-year-old when I would love to be an advocate, and I do have nothing tying me down here, so I should be putting my privilege and my body in front of those who, you know, who don't have the same privilege. But how, especially when I have my job like breathing down my neck, being like, where's this deck? And my mother being like, where's the rent? And like, it just feels like there's no time. And now that I'm 25, I'm responsible for these things.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're a kid, it was overwhelming, but you're like, well, I'm 14. So
yeah.
like, wow, someone should really fix this. Like, I'm really upset about that. And when I can vote, I won't vote for that.
Yeah.
Whereas now people are like, okay, so that's awesome. What are you actually doing?
Yeah.
And you have to be like, nothing.
I made sourdough last week. Yeah. It feels like having 2 hands and 11 balls to juggle.
Yes.
And some people
can do that.
They can juggle 11 balls. They can maybe juggle 12.
And good for you, ball jugglers.
Yeah. I have 2 balls.
I want nothing to do with balls. I don't want to juggle them.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
There's like just so many competing avenues of what you should be doing. And I think the internet can present you with all of them. And so you feel very helpless.
It's like that constant dilemma. What is it? It's like when you're young, you have time and energy, but no money.
And when you're old, you have money and no time or energy.
Yes. And we are very much in the time and a little bit of energy. We're both anemic.
It's hard.
Yeah, but no money for sure.
No.
And it's hard to build things and plan for a future when that is the one resource that you're really lacking is capital.
What a crash out.
I will say, and this kind of goes along with the whole know thy age theme.
Yes.
In order to know thy age, you must have friends and community members who are not thy age. That was one of the things I loved at work, was like you get to make friends with people who are in their 30s.
I love a 30-year-old.
Yeah, you get to make friends with people who are in their 40s. Like,
not so much that, but but I love a 30-year-old.
I have loved having conversations with my parents' friends and getting to know their thoughts on the world and what their lives have been like. Like, it's being curious and also being willing to listen to the experiences of like generations who have come before and the way that other people have navigated their lives.
Yeah.
And either like finding inspiration in those things, sometimes getting advice that you've got to like pick the useful pieces out of, you know, not necessarily take everyone's word as gospel, but I think there's almost always something that I come away with in those conversations.
Yeah.
People will always say like, you've got time.
Yes.
You can slow down. And I'm so
slow
caught up
down, you crazy child. So ambitious for a juvenile. I literally can't talk about it, actually. We need to move on from Vienna.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think having someone who is older can be positive in the sense that, because even now, like, I remember when I was 16 or even 20, I thought things were the end of the world and I felt lost. And now that I'm 25, I can look back and go, wow, nothing from that moment in my life was consequential to right now.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have people who lived through either similar experiences or different, to just say, you're so young.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear about this. You're so young. It's humbling in a good way.
Yeah.
I do get frustrated sometimes when I hang out with old people and they make comparisons between what they went through and what it's like being in your mid-20s now. They aren't growing up in the same environment that we are now. And I do think that had a huge impact on our brains.
Yeah. Not
just social media and the internet, but also being in your early 20s during the pandemic, and then now being in your mid-20s, you know, quote unquote outside of it. It's not, I'm aware, we're not outside of it, but we're not under the same lockdown procedures.
I was talking to someone the other day and they're like, yeah, I bought my first house for $100,000. I was like,
eat shit. Yeah.
A car nowadays costs $100,000.
Like, I'd be lucky if I can live in an RV one day.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah. The comparison without acknowledgement of the fact that the world we're living in looks very different to the world, 50 years ago, however long ago.
Yeah.
Those aren't always helpful.
No.
Helpful conversations.
No. And sometimes I begrudge having so many choices. There can be a lot of pressure when someone tells you can be anything you want. Because now you have to know what you want.
Not only that, but I would say one of the biggest obstacles in your mid-20s that I think as a collective we need to work on getting over. You absolutely can still be anything. Like, we could decide tomorrow we do want to be astrophysicists. That would mean we need to re-enroll in undergrad.
I think it would mean I need to finish high school physics.
So yeah, well, we need to finish high school physics. And I know the little voice in the back of my head goes, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. And you're right. and I think that little voice needs to shut up.
Yes.
I think we are so concerned with what is embarrassing at whatever age.
Absolute embarrassment is an underexplored emotion.
Yeah.
Like, everything you want in life is on the other side of that embarrassment, as I am actively embarrassed that we are recording this podcast.
Yeah.
But also, like, for some reason, I'm kind of not. That's one thing that's really fun about being in your mid-20s.
Yeah.
Is that when you do figure out who you are and you do like that person, or when you do the work to like the person that looks back at you in the mirror, God, do I care about anything anymore? No.
No.
Like, I couldn't care. Like, you don't want to be part of my circle? That's fine. Like, I wasn't aware we were even in the same shape. I wasn't even aware.
I prefer more of a trapezoid, if I'm being honest.
If I'm being honest, I love a parallelogram. Or it felt like the end of the world when someone from your high school or even university found something that you put out there, whether it be creatively or just anything that you enjoy doing, and then they shit on it and you feel the worst about yourself. Now I actually couldn't care less.
No.
Because guess what, guys? Crazy news. If you don't like this podcast, you don't have to listen to it.
Turn it off.
Turn it off.
That's okay.
Yeah. Shoot us in the street. That's okay. Yeah, that's kind of the one thing that I've enjoyed or that I feel less lost about in my mid-20s. That was not something that was happening throughout any other period of my life.
No, I think getting through the cringe, getting over the cringe.
Yeah. Huge.
Is massive. I think that's one of the few ways you figure out what you actually want is to just do things
that you actually want.
Yeah. And not care what other people's reaction will be.
Yeah.
Unless they have a stake in
obviously
your next steps,
I think instead of being upset by people who don't like your art, realizing that one, it's not personal. And two, how sad is it that you are so pathetic that you care that I'm putting out a podcast? Like, or that I made a shitty painting and I hung it up on a wall.
Yeah.
Like, that's embarrassing for you, King. And I really have seen a shift in myself. And like, I think it's an ongoing battle. But I try really hard when people put themselves out there or just do things that they like to give them that respect for even doing it and to be like, wow, that's awesome. Even if it's not for me.
Yeah. I think that the world will try really hard to put you down.
You don't need my help.
No, you don't need my help. And I think it's kind of one of the most powerful things you can do to go, you know what? Even if you don't like it, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because I like it.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy it. And there will be people who ultimately celebrate that.
And if not, they're not your people.
Yeah. There can be 99 people in a room. And
and Lady Gaga will be wearing a meat dress.
Yes.
I think that's also part of like who you choose to surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Because I could be, and I've said this to many friends, like I've taken up many artistic pursuits, including the stickering. And I know that if I were to show my shaky ass stickers to one of you guys, like I wouldn't feel judged. Like you might laugh with me, being like, oh my gosh, like, haha, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I wouldn't feel unsupported. And if I wanted to do it.
Yeah. If it makes you happy.
Yeah.
If it relaxes you, you know.
Yeah. Maybe that's step one of being in your mid-20s is really just finding the group. Because maybe when you actually feel supported and safe is when you can start figuring out what you want.
Yeah. Build your village. Build your village. If you have no capital, build a commune.
Build a commune. I would love to live in a commune with my friends. And I have to say, you guys are the weak ones. You're the ones who won't commit to the bet. I would literally love to live in a commune. I would do it.
We don't have any money.
Okay, but so we have to find someone else who's running a commune.
Okay. So please reach out to us. If you have any communes we can join.
Yes.
That are not cults.
Maybe.
Depends what your
vision is.
What your vision is. If your vision is good enough, maybe we'll consider.
We didn't come to any kind of conclusion, but I don't think there has to be.
No.
I think that's part of knowing that age. Know your limitations, know your strengths, know what's cringe and do it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to think of if we had any like recommendations for people of whatever age they are.
I was just going to say that depending on what age you are, look at your position in terms of a whole life. And I think it can be very liberating when you realize both how much time and how little time you have left.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the spin it whichever way.
Yeah.
Because you know what? If it's comforting to say, I could die tomorrow, because no matter what age you are, that could be the truth. You could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
If that's comforting to you to say, well,
to know that death is imminent.
I better be happy with the life I'm living right now.
Yeah.
Because who knows how much left of it I have.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're 50 years old and you're like, I actually want to reinvent who I am.
Go for it.
And start something new. And you find comfort in the fact that like you've got more time. Like I think 50 is middle-aged. If we're aiming to live for 100, which like all the billionaires are, personally me neither.
Personally, I want to be done at 75.
Yeah, but people are living longer, whatever. Yeah. Who knows how much longer that will last.
Yeah.
But if you're 50 and middle-aged and you think, you know what, I have so much life left ahead of me.
Yeah.
And you decide you want to become a trapeze artist, consult a physiotherapist first, maybe.
First, mayhaps.
And then...
But there are certainly classes for that.
Do it. Yeah.
I used to teach like adult-only women swimming lessons. Mm-hmm. And I would see women in their 50s and 60s come to learn. And they were the coolest women ever because they were just doing what they wanted to do. And it wasn't like had no mentality that it was too late or that they shouldn't be doing this at their age. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I actually think that maybe that's the moral. It's like twist it whatever way you need to twist it.
Yeah. But that your age is not the limitation.
Time is both endless and completely finite.
Yes.
And being in your 20s, mid-20s specifically, is really hard.
Yeah.
So give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
And maybe know that you can reinvent yourself.
Whenever you want. As long as you can get over the cringe.
As long as you can get over the cringe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the biggest goal of this age. Because I don't think we'll figure out the answers to the other things. I think those are also worldly problems. I don't think that's specific to being 25.
Yeah, they're not for this podcast to solve.
Exactly. The lion does not concern himself. Moral of knowing thy age. What would you say? If we're going to wrap this up.
Know thy age. I would say more specifically for being in your mid-20s, do what you can.
Do what you can.
And spin it whichever way you need to.
Precisely.
Control the things you can control.
Yeah. Wallow with your friends about the things that aren't unfair.
Yeah.
And then celebrate with your friends that you're all hot.
Yeah. Build your village.
Yep.
Get over the cringe.
Kill it. Kill the cringe.
Learn to love yourself.
Hell yeah.
And then I think for any age, it's about figuring out what your relationship with time is in a way that's comforting to you.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And always have the comforting fact that you could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
So even if you're miserable, it'll end.
And knowing that you can reinvent yourself.
At any time.
At any time.
That's pretty good. I feel like, you know what? Even though we're still in training, I feel like that was pretty solid.
Pretty fine.
I feel like pretty fine.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
I was going to say, the word fine is actually life-changing. Life-ruining. When I got out of the car, my dad was like, your driving is fine. Excuse me? Excuse me? 2 yellow cards. Red card. You're out of the car.
Immediate ejection.
Immediate ejection. Go through the sunroof. I don't give a Get out of my car. I think we did pretty...
Great.
Incredible. Much better. I think we're both really...
Pretty.
Perfect.
And smart. And brave. and strong. And you know what? We can juggle all those balls at the same time.
And you know what? This lesson wasn't at all applicable to men, and that was on purpose.
Yeah.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in.
Bippity bobbity bye.